Hello everyone.
Assalamualaikum. Hi, morning.
Good morning everyone.
Semua tak bangun lagi.
Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Can't see that.
Huh? Which one? Oh,
YG.
okay.
Yeah.
Tak apa, no worries. Okay, hello, good morning everyone. Today we're going to talk about
We're gonna talk about raising kids in COVID times.
raising kids in COVID times.
Mm.
So,
First and foremost, welcome to our new show, which is called the Yellow Couch Live Talk Show.
why yellow couch talk?
Why?
Because we're sitting on a yellow couch, see?
Ta-da!
And also because I was inspired by the Red Table Talk, which is hosted by Jada Pinkett Smith,
Mhm.
the wife of Will Smith. And I think that is a very powerful talk show on Facebook where she talks about mental health, she talks about parenting, much like what we are trying to do here,
Yeah.
but with a local flavor.
Mhm.
Yeah. And not so serious lah. Red Table Talk tu macam tak tahulah in the future dia nangis-nangis ke tak kan. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about all those stuff as well. So today's topic, raising kids in COVID times.
Mhm. So let's talk about the current situation first.
Yes.
Yes, what is about the current situation? So, as we all know that currently we are in CMCO,
Hmm.
meaning we have to be at home. Yeah, we have to stay home. And currently, the government imposed that everybody should be working from home. It's compulsory to work from home, kan? What else?
And then because we are all home most of the time, everybody is obviously on the laptop most of the time, on the phone most of the time. So there's everybody's on screen time. Like the kids are on screen time, we are on screen time.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
sure parents like you and I are also panicking because kids are not going to school.
Yes.
So?
When you're not at school, what are you gonna do, right? At home, and at the same time, a lot of you guys have to work from home. At the same time, managing your kids. At the same time, being a parent to them. At the same time, managing the house. And then all of that coupled with, for those of you who are extrovert, like, are you an extrovert?
I don't think so.
So I'm an extrovert. So I sometimes I crave like physical human contact. Like I do miss the some of the gatherings that the homeschoolers do. So now there's like so much less physical contact, less outdoor stuff. We used to go camping, we used to go hiking, um,
Lautan sambil belajar lah.
lautan sambil belajar,
A lot.
pergi Gardenia Factory lah dulu, pergi museums lah, so many things that we miss doing outdoors, and we're no longer able to do that as often as we want to. So all of that has caused a lot of angst, for a lot of people, especially if you're used to the routine of bangun pagi, get kids ready for school, get you and your husband ready for work, you have that kind of routine, and then anak pergi transit petang, and then petang ambil diorang daripada transit, malam nak kena masak dinner, and then that routine day in and day out is no longer there. It's thrown out of the window because we're now having to adapt to the
New normal.
So actually kan, new normal ni is not really new anymore. Sebab apa tahu? We've been at this since March of this year. So and COVID has been around since December,
Last year.
last year. So it's almost a year now
Mm.
that COVID is still here. No vaccine is in sight. The trial vaccine yang diorang buat pun has caused deaths, and I don't think it's going to go away for at least the next 1 year to 2 years. Yeah.
Mm.
So a lot of experts out there says that COVID is still going to be around even in 2022. So that's like 2 years from now.
Mhm.
So I mean, yeah, people label it as new normal, but I don't think it's new anymore because it's almost been a year.
So what do we do about it, right?
Yeah.
What do we do about it is if you can't beat them, you join them, like the saying goes, right? So
Yeah.
we have to adapt and move forward to this, right? So if you don't adapt, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna sulk and not try to adapt to the situation, and you're gonna lose out, or you can either move forward, pivot, do something new, and survive in this situation, right?
Masa you kerja dulu, how was it adapting to MCO, the first one?
Well, I would
Because you're
say,
still working. Because
yeah,
this will benefit orang yang masih kerja
yeah.
and still having to adapt to staying home.
Mhm. I would say it was rather hard. It was quite a challenge for most of the people to adapt to the new changes, especially working from home.
But you seem happy.
Yeah, because I'm always up for something new. Kan? If you want to survive, you adapt. If you don't, then you will sulk and try not to do anything. Try to fight the situation, but no, you don't do that.
Yeah, but during that period of time, during that MCO, while you were still having to work and having the demands of your job in that particular situation, you have to juggle both, kan?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be home, but at the same time you have to do your work. But I mean, from my observation, you juggled it very with flair. You juggled it quite well, actually.
Well, yeah.
What was going on back then?
Well, automatically when you are home, your thinking would be, it's a different mindset. You are at home and you are working with your family, the people around you. So what you have to do is you have to adapt to that situation. You're not working in the office anymore where you can just work 24/7. I'm sorry, within that hours, not 24/7. You have to work within the hours, but because your family is around, so you have to adapt. You have to, there's time for work, and your kids are always coming towards you, whether you like it or not. And then you just have to switch hats many, many times, and
Did you feel you were productive?
actually, I felt much better working from home rather than being in the office, because there's a lot of interruptions in between. In the office, you want to settle one task, but there's just too many interruptions in between. Whereas at home, you can just settle that task, get it over and done with, and move on to the next. Yeah.
Because we heard like so many people saying that they work better in the office than at home. But I think both of us work better from home.
Yeah.
I think we have to share that, like, how can we make it work?
Yeah, I guess they just have to, it's all in the mindset. How they portray working from home. Maybe they think working from home is like, oh no, I can't be as productive in the office. Oh no, I can't do this, I can't do that. Where are my people? But actually, no. You can actually do that, and everything now is, whether you like it, it's virtually. You have to it has to be done virtually in order to get it done.
Okay.
Mm.
So, so how do we move forward then? How do we adapt? Like, I think, Alhamdulillah, our family has adapted to the new normal quite well. And I think part of it was because the kids and I have been doing this
For quite a while.
for quite a while, for the past 3-4 years,
Mm.
due to homeschooling, and the nature of my business is from home.
Mhm.
So you know, even yesterday in our homeschooling group, a lot of homeschooling moms like were thanking our lucky stars that we've already started homeschooling way back when. So it's not something
Yeah.
really new for me and the kids. For you, it is kan
Mm-mm.
quite new.
It's quite
Yeah,
new for me. Yeah.
yeah. So I guess in terms of what we can share with you guys in terms of parenting, how do we raise our kids in these times, right? I think number one, like Hamka said just now, is just accepting and adapting. Those
Mm.
two are the key things, you know, because if we're gonna be in denial and say like, hey, we're gonna do this when PKP ends, we're gonna do this once COVID ends. COVID is not gonna end very soon,
Mm.
right? So acceptance, adapting, and moving forward. In terms of parenting, I think for me and the kids, we have a routine that is flexible. It has to be flexible.
Mhm.
Um, in the past, we've tried having routines which are time based, like pukul 8 pagi kena buat apa, 9 pagi kena buat apa in the past, but it did not work, right? Because it's just too micromanaging, and at the end of the day you get stressed by it.
Yeah. It feels like bringing school to home
Yeah, macam yang kita cakap in our previous
in our
ni
session.
lah.
In our session previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kids thrive on routine, not just kids. Parents also thrive on routine. So the most important thing is to have a routine,
Mhm.
but have a routine that is flexible. So what do I mean by that? Sebab routine is not really flexible sebenarnya.
Mhm.
So you have a routine that has time blocks.
Yeah.
So what it looks like in our family is that AM and PM, we have a, you can see the difference in AM and PM. So AM time block is for learning, is for doing work, right? Um, what else? AM is for all about brain work lah, I
Yeah.
guess. PM is more about relaxing, taking time out,
Mhm.
reading books, watching TV, um, playing board games with the kids. So have that kind of a time block, you know, not like 8 pagi, 9 pagi, 10 pagi macam tu, but more of like what are you gonna do in the morning? What are you gonna do in the afternoon? What are you gonna do in the evening?
Mhm.
So
And that time block is our time block, so it may be different from yours.
yes,
It's just a guideline, but like that's our time block. But like for me, my time block is in the morning I'll prep for the kids, their lunch, the breakfast, and after that I'll do lunch, and that's my morning time block. And my afternoon time block is where I allocate time to do work for myself. Yeah. Um, yeah, so like I said, it's different from family to family. It's up to you, but that's just a guidance. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, the message is have a routine, you know, so that there's you can make sense of your day as it goes, but the routine is really up to you guys, you know, according to your family needs.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing about parenting during COVID times is that there's more screen time. So there's more screen time, even for us, right? Because there's more Zoom meetings, there's more online classes. So how are you gonna deal with that? Because that also depends from family to family. Ada family memang sangat support screen time, you know. They really want their kids to be out there, you know, using all the social media and apa namanya, just learn from the internet and stuff like that.
Mhm.
For us, we kind of like are a bit traditional about that kan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have rules for screen time for the kids. They can only play their iPad, like play with games on weekends. So Saturday, Sunday is their screen time. And then even then kita control jugalah kan.
Yeah, or else
Yeah.
they will make full use of the time.
Yeah.
Of the screen time.
Kalau tak Sabtu Ahad memang tengok iPad je lah, which is not good either kan. So we play by ear.
Yeah.
Like during weekends tu memang they get to play the iPads. By the way, their iPads do not have a YouTube. They even mispronounce YouTube kan.
Yeah.
YouTube. So yeah, their screen time is only during weekends. And then weekdays is only for online classes.
Yes.
And they do have their iPads, but for online classes during the weekdays.
And surprisingly, they are very adaptive to it, disciplined to it. You know, when they have the iPad for Zoom classes or whatever, immediately after they'll just switch off and close the iPad and just put it aside. It's not that they will try to churi and take and play game. No, and alhamdulillah for that.
Alhamdulillah. You know? And when they do want to sometimes during the weekday, like when they want to take a break, right? Then we've kind of like trained them to ask for permission.
Yeah.
Like macam hari tu dia nak dengar Spotify kan.
Yeah.
So you can give them screen time, but be sure to have all the parental controls in place. So if you have iPads, there is such a thing as parental control. You can learn more about that. You just Google it up. So you'll have more control of what they are on in the internet. You have to be wary of the trends out there, like, you know, when we heard about you know, pedophiles hanging in certain social media, so you gotta know that and monitor that as well. Yeah, screen time, we can have a whole subject about that.
Yeah.
So another part that about parenting during COVID times is getting the kids to help you out with responsibilities at home. I think that's important. No matter how big or small they are, they can help you with chores and responsibilities at home. And I think that builds discipline in them as well.
Yeah.
And builds a sense of responsibility that this house is not just Mimi's and Daddy's, you know, it's also theirs. So they do help out with cooking, right? And then cleaning up their room, of course, which is in perpetual mess.
And also taking care of the cats, you know.
Yes.
That's a simple thing that you can tell them if you have pets. Okay?
Yeah. So we have 4 cats now.
4 cats now.
2 cats and 2 kittens. So they help out with the cats, making them their milk, feeding them and whatnot. So it gives them a sense of responsibility, a sense of belonging to the house, you know. Yeah. So that's parenting.
Yeah.
You want to add anything else?
I think that's fine. We can move on to the next. Yeah. But I think before that, we just want to welcome everyone again. Say good morning to everyone. Welcome to our show. We are live currently right now on Facebook and YouTube and also on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
all at the same handle.
Rasa
Sayang Tribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next one that we wanna talk about is the schooling and education bit, because a lot of people out there, their kids are school going kids, right?
Yes.
So now it has changed to homeschooling, whether you guys like it or not. You know, teachers have to teach online now. And sometimes I've heard of some of my friends yang ada anak school going, it's, you know, they're on screen like most of the time, you know. Yeah. So
that doesn't serve justice as well, isn't it?
Yeah, because kids punya attention span bukannya lama, you know. It's sekejap je. So
not necessarily kids lah. Kita pun attention span, I can't even spend on a Zoom call for more than 45 minutes, you know.
Oh, you tak boleh Okay.
It's too much for me.
Boring kot.
Okay, move on.
So anyways, in terms of schooling, now that everyone is on online classes, so what can you do to apa namanya, have a variety so that it's not monotonous, right? Diorang nampak muka cikgu diorang, and then they are on the other side of the screen, you know, listening to the teacher talk, right? So this is also for teachers out there lah. If you are, I mean, you have to do online learning now. One of the things that you can do is do fun activities online. You know, make it interactive. Also for parents who are teaching their kids at home, make your learning interactive. Have a lot of banter. You know, get them to ask you question. You know, and it's okay if you don't know the answer. Tau. That's the issue that I see with some parents kan. They have this need to be all knowing. Tak boleh. In fact, Dr. Shefali says that if we put our ego aside and have this mentality of we learn more from our kids, you know, they grow us too. That's where the learning starts for the kids actually. And then you can also arrange for virtual play dates with their friends, you know. Of course, if they are too small, like they're 5 or 6 years old, there needs to be some kind of parental guidance and security features attached to those virtual play dates, like you have to have password with it and whatnot. And then get the kids to learn new skills. One of the things that I find my kids enjoy doing nowadays is coding. So they've just discovered Minecraft. And that's via Sea Scout activity hari tu. Yeah. So Hani especially, she's taken an interest in what Minecraft can do in terms of coding. So that's a good way to explore new skills in a gamified environment.
Yeah. What's the other game that the kids play also? It's also coding, but it uses iPad, and that thing is an app.
Yang budak-budak ada tu, Osmo.
Osmo, yes.
Yes. So Osmo is not paid, by the way.
Paid, yeah.
Osmo Play is a device that you can pair with your iPad, where they learn coding with little pieces, you know, like jigsaw puzzles that they can put together, and that forms coding. So I mean, I think the kids love that as well.
Yeah.
So get them to learn new skills, you know. And it's not necessarily coding. It can be so many things. Dia boleh bertukang if they are boys, right? Get them to handle the hammer, you know. Put in some nails on the wall to hang some pictures or what, you know, simple things. So learning new skills is something that's interesting for them as well, and it provides variety to their normal schooling. And then there's a lot of virtual museum and zoo tours nowadays online. You guys can just Google virtual museum tours. BBC has some virtual tours as well, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys can just Google those, and they can, you know, explore like lands which are far away. Like I know there's a Stonehenge tour online. So they can actually look at Stonehenge without going to the UK.
Yeah. We just saw Masjid Al-Aqsa.
Yes, we saw Masjid Al-Aqsa via a virtual tour as well.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, and it's on YouTube. It was via Dr. Yusuf's class kan?
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
So our kids have this I wouldn't say religious class, it's like, I don't know.
Some sort lah.
Yeah. So the teacher, Dr. Yusuf, he's based in Turkey. So they connect, my kids connect with him, I mean, in a group of kids on Sunday nights. And last week he took us on a virtual tour of Al-Aqsa, which was very interesting. And then Hani Siskau kan, she had a tour of Bhutan.
Yes.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yes. And Niagara Falls.
Yeah. Via Google Earth. So you can explore all those with your kids and make their learning more fun, more interactive, right? So, and kids nowadays kan, you cannot tell them what to do tau. It's not like zaman kita dulu, you know. Parents tell and you just do. Now there's a lot of like, why do I have to do that, you know? what am I learning? So there's a lot of those kind of questions. So the way to do it is really to be their guide, like I said before, a facilitator rather than an instructor. And then parenting kids in COVID times require us to have self-care.
A lot of self-care.
Yes. This may be surprising to some people, but our own self-care is super duper important. Both of us need to be from a wholeness for us to be able to parent our kids. So we're not saying that me and Hamka, we are whole all the time. Sometimes we have holes. So we're human, right? So how are we gonna complete those holes? How are we gonna plug in those holes so that we become whole, WHOLE, for our children?
Yeah, because handling your children 24/7 can be a bit mind-boggling at times. Unless you're like super dad, super mom, and you think that if that's whole for you, then that is your whole, But not everyone is 100% perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, like for us, we have in order for our self-care, we have our own time as well.
Yeah.
For example,
Away from each other.
away from each other. Yeah. So I get my own time. Sometime in the evening where I do drumming, and sometimes in the morning I go cycling, or in the evening I do my cycling and even workout. Yeah.
So when you do that, I'm not around.
Yes.
Yes.
So I have my own me time.
Yeah. So he actually closes the door of our old media room so that he can play drums in peace.
Yeah.
And then cooking.
Oh, and cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, but for me, when you cook for someone, you just feel that it's apa ni? It's a wholesome thing for you lah, where you provide food for your family. It just feels good. It makes you feels good.
So self-care is something that makes you feel good. Right. So for me, it's journaling. I love to journal and do things that are creative, something with the hands. Journaling, and then I oil up a lot. So oiling lately, especially during MCO, is something that's my go-to thing for me for self-care. And then oiling is a must lah for me kan. Every day you akan bau eye. Lepas tu Zumba, I do a lot of Zumba. Zumba's fun. I like to do fun stuff. And then sometimes I rope in the kids so that the kids will do Zumba together with me. They won't do the shreds though with me.
We just did shreds the other day. Oh my god.
But it was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun.
Kan? So lepas tu we felt better kan?
Yep.
Yeah. So doing things together, things that are fun, is also a form of self-care. You can do things alone as a form of self-care as well. But I think we are social beings, so sometimes doing it together is also fun. And I think in terms of relationship, husband and wife, in order for you to be whole as a parent to your kids, you also need to make time for each other.
Date nights.
Yeah, so date nights. So date nights are possible, guys. In during MCO, it is possible. You just have to make time for it. Most of all, you got to be intentional about it. And then what do we do during date nights? We watch movies.
Yeah, watch movies at home.
Yeah, yang tak allowed. We don't look. Apa tu? Kenapa Ina? Nangis. So we watch movies yang we cannot watch with the kids, like the 18 plus movies. Don't get us wrong. There are movies that are legit.
Yeah.
Macam kita tengok Rebecca tu kan. Yeah.
But there are times when after that full MCO, the period that we can go out, we also have our outings.
Yeah.
Together. Kan?
Makan. We love to makan.
Makan.
Yeah.
We had the nicest banana leaf the other day.
Yeah. That was a good date.
Yeah.
So we had banana leaf in Bangsa. Tak lama pun kan, 2-3 jam, Selit lah. You kena selit and be intentional about it. we always do that when we feel macam angsty towards each other, like dah start then we're like, okay, we have to like go somewhere or you know do something with each other. So yeah, I think about being in this, you know, this new way of living is it has changed humanity. I think for always. It's not gonna, you know, you're not gonna go back to your old normal. I don't think so, you know, because right now, even right now, we've been conditioned to be super duper clean, you know, germ, you know, I'm not surprised in the future 10 years from now there are germ phobic people yang nak pegang orang pun takut, you know. So we like it or not, that's gonna happen, kan?
It's really showing in what some shows or even some movies that we've seen before. Like if you guys notice Wall-E from Disney, that robot, you notice the
Wall-E
end
movie.
the end scene where people are, what they do, they don't even, you know, they don't even touch the ground. They're on what, virtual seats and virtual glasses and whatnot. They don't even have motor skills. They don't even know what motor skills is. You know, even touching the plant for the first time and touching the earth for the first time was something new to them. You know.
And then being aware there's another person, ingat tak yang masih dia terjatuh dari tu kan, and then they were like, oh hi, hello, you know, dia macam baru tahu oh ada human being lain rupanya.
But like, that will be like super far lah, you know, to go to that.
But it's not impossible kan to have that kind of a future.
Correct.
That they're not touching each other, you know, babies are being raised by robots. So sedih. So it's not gonna go away. So the best thing to do is adapt, move forward, accept that this is how it's gonna be for the foreseeable future. So I think you wanna play that video?
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a video to show you guys, to share with you guys.
It's by Mel Robbins. So I just watched it yesterday. Mel Robbins video. I think it's so apt what she said in the video, and I just want to share with you guys.
Okay, hold on.
They just did this huge study. I was talking about this today with my team. They've done this big study where they've looked at absolutely every single thing that you could possibly do in the area of self-help, from exercising to practicing gratitude.
Can't see video and can't hear. Tak
Can't
nampak
see video and can't hear. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys.
Maybe we should just flash the link
Can.
later, yeah, so they can watch it on their own.
Okay, so that's the link. Can you guys see that?
Show. Dah tekan show. Dah tekan show. the link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
You haven't.
Okay, so that's a link. I've already posted on the comment, so you can just click on there. So do you want us to play this video or we just continue?
Yeah. So
Mm. Okay, I guess we just continue lah.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So basically, you can watch that video on Mel Robbins' Facebook page.
Yes.
I follow her, and she's an awesome motivational speaker. What she really says inside that video is about being kind to yourself, because this is the thing that we do the least. You know, we are so busy running around like a headless chicken, trying to be everybody for everybody, but that doesn't work, right? You have you have to be somebody for somebody, and that somebody is you. You know, it's not necessarily someone else. Be somebody to you first, by being kind, because a lot of things start from there, right? Sometimes we're so hard on ourselves that we become hard on others. You know, we're so hard internally to ourselves that outwardly we become nasty to others, you know, because inside here we're being nasty to ourselves.
Mm.
So the first step that you need to do, you know, despite all the parade of video conference calls that she was saying, you know, despite wanting to get
I was
more
talking about
done.
this today with my team. They've done this big study where
Sina
they've
tiga.
looked.
I don't know, I just feel like playing the video.
You want
It's
to play
okay.
again? Tak apalah kot.
It's okay, it's okay.
So be kind, right? Just be very intentional about being kind to yourself. A lot of times, you have to be aware of what's going on here. Like sometimes, if you listen to what you say to yourself, it's something that's terrible. You know, sometimes you're so hard on yourself, right? More than you're being hard on others, and that's why sometimes it comes out and we become hard on others as well. So be kind to yourself so that you can be kind to your kids and understand where they are coming from. Be kind to your spouse and
Mhm.
understand where he is coming from.
Mhm.
And just take things slower, right?
Yeah.
We've been taking things a lot slower.
Especially during these times, huh?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But taking things slower, but at the same time being more impactful and more of value, you know. So how does that look like in our family life?
That could be things like, we get to solat jemaah together,
Mm.
you know.
Which we seldom do before.
Yes, correct.
Mm.
So now we get to even subuh together. You
Yes,
know?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah for that.
Yeah.
And also we get the time to even mengaji together.
Selalu subuh rushing, lepas tu dia akan Hamka akan solat dulu, lepas tu I solat later, you know. It's like, it's so chaotic. But now we can be intentional about it and just take things slower, you know, like solat jemaah. Yeah. Mengaji, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mengaji is also intentional, taking things slower, but it is very impactful to not just your relationship with each other, with your kids, but also to Allah, you know.
Yeah.
So it's impactful and it's of value to you. What else do we do?
Most important of all is we get our family meals together. Family meal time. So most of the time you be either having lunch outside somewhere, and and sometimes even dinner outside where the families at home or outside. But alhamdulillah, nowadays we get our time together.
Yeah. And then sometimes you come back late from work juga kan. So in the end, me and the girls will be having dinner on our own, without him. So it's, yeah, it's a family meal, but without him. Tak best lah. So now it's best. Okay? And we get to talk during family meals, you know.
Yeah. No gadgets.
No gadgets, make jokes together. You lah selalu. So you also take the girls out kan?
Yeah, for biking.
Yeah.
Yeah, for outing. And we get to go to the park with them
Yeah.
during that time lah.
Sebelum yang lockdown tu lah.
Yeah.
So there's more quality time, kan?
Yeah. No, you're not rushing during that time.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's the point of not rushing and being everywhere at the same time.
Mm.
It's just being really intentional and just take things one at a time, you know, and just being kind to yourself and to everybody else, and just being present.
Being present.
Mm.
That's the most important thing. Or else you can go out and have family time, but your mind is elsewhere. You know,
Thinking about work.
thinking about work. You'll be having an outing at the park where your family is running, kids are having fun at the playground, and you're just there on your phone. You know?
Yeah. So he's more present now, alhamdulillah. I mean, how we talk to each other pun, there's, not to say there's less fights, but we fight better, I guess. Yeah, and you just be very intentional about how you're gonna build your relationship with your kids, you know, and you'll get there, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay.
So yeah,
Hmm.
you want to recap?
Yes. So let's do a recap.
So we were talking about the current situation
Mhm.
that was happening everywhere around the globe.
Yeah.
And the new normal is not new anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Accept and move forward.
with it,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah. Labeling it as new normal is not something that I like also lah.
Yeah lah. We have to change it lah.
Yeah.
Like normally new.
Normal routine.
Normal routine.
This is the normal routine now.
Yeah.
And adapt and move forward, like you said,
Mhm.
in the areas of parenting,
Yes, parenting, schooling, education.
yeah, our self-care, yeah, relationship wise,
Yes.
and also most importantly,
Be kind to yourself.
yes, be kind to yourself.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all need that. We all need more kindness in the world.
But it has to start from you.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So if there are any questions, you guys can just pop it in the comments.
If not, we want to have breakfast.
You're
I'm
hungry.
so hungry. You can put a mic and listen to my stomach.
Nah, makan mic.
Krok.
Okay, thank you for listening in, guys. I don't think there's any questions, but
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So if you guys want to watch that video, I think it's better for you to watch that video to understand what we said just now about being kind to yourself. If not, then thank you so much for joining. We're gonna have another video which we'll post on coming Wednesday. Can't remember the topic though.
I also can't remember.
It's okay, we'll post it up on the updates. And then our next live show again, which is happening the next Saturday.
Yes.
Okay.
So every Saturday 9 a.m. you guys are gonna see us.
Yes, wake up early. Okay, see you guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Assalamualaikum. Have a good weekend.
Bye. How do I end this game? Oh yeah.